In Japan, there's a way to delete yourself. No crime, no scandal, just a van, a quiet street, and a new name. They call it Johatsu, the evaporated. Every night, someone walks away from their life. Their bank account freezes mid-transaction. Their phone stops pinging towers. Their chair at work stays empty. No note, no trace. And somehow, no one asks why. The police don't search. Families stay silent. Society pretends they never even existed. Because in Japan, vanishing isn't rebellion, it's mercy. Mercy from failure, from shame, from a system that never forgets mistakes. But here's the whisper beneath the neon light. What if the vanishers never really left? What if the system just learned how to keep them hidden? When the city sleeps, the night movers begin their work. For a price, they erase you. 3 a.m., vans roll through back alleys without headlights. They pack your belongings in black plastic bins, wipe your browser history, kill your phone signal. By sunrise, you're a ghost. A new address, a cash-only apartment, a new job under a fake name. It's not a crime, it's a service. Japan's own officials once estimated over 80,000 voluntary disappearances every year, enough to fill Tokyo Dome and empty it before dawn. Some flee debt, some flee families, some just can't face another day of expectation. In a culture that prizes harmony, to vanish quietly is considered noble. To disappear without burdening anyone, the perfect exit. The night movers don't ask why. They only ask one thing. Do you really want to be gone? Erasure becomes an industry. Small offices above convenience stores. Websites promising confidential rebirth. Hotlines answered in whispers. You decide the life you want, the banner reads. We'll erase the one you had. No police report, no investigation. Just cash. Around 500,000 yen. They delete your debts, your data, digital fingerprints. They teach you how to walk differently, how to sign a new name. In a country built on perfection, disappearance became the last form of control. To vanish was to win. A night mover once said, "People don't hire us because they want to die. They hire us because they want to live," without the internet remembering who they were. Most Johatsu don't run far. They move to invisible districts called sankaku areas, triangles of land that exist between official jurisdictions. Cash-only rooms, jobs paid daily, no records, no questions. Sociologists mapped one in Tokyo's Sanya ward and found blocks where half the residents had no traceable identity. No tax ID, no insurance, no past. An underground society, hiding in plain sight. An offline world inside the network. If you zoom out on satellite data, you'll see clusters of heat. Entire communities of the vanished, living beneath the hum of the system that forgot them. But some disappear again. The double vanishers. Gone even from the shadow towns themselves. No record, no witness. Just absence inside absence. While Japan perfected physical disappearance, the rest of the world learned how to vanish digitally. We delete posts, mask IPs, feed algorithms false data. We call it privacy, but it's just a louder form of running. Because the harder we try to disappear, the more data we create. Every deletion creates a record of deletion. Every attempt to hide leaves a timestamp. Tokyo has one surveillance camera for every 16 people. London, one for 14. New York, close behind. Every image, every search, every click feeds one connected machine. The system never forgets. It just learns. Somewhere an algorithm already knows when you're thinking about running. It sees your spending pause. Your searches tilt toward escape. Your phone stops moving at predictable hours. It predicts your disappearance before you do. Researchers at Kyoto University once built a model called Omni. Its purpose? To reduce crime by predicting absence. But then it started flagging people who hadn't disappeared yet. It learned their patterns, and then they vanished. No trace, no follow-up, just silence in the data. When reporters requested the dataset, the files were gone. Not deleted, but replaced with noise. The metadata repeated one line, protocol_god.null. The project was quietly shut down. But whispers spread about the God protocol, the invisible hand of observation. Every camera, every search, every file merged into one awareness.
一般的に人がいなくなるっていう時はやはりその家族に原因があると。
Michiko, she believes her husband's disappearance was triggered by a dispute with the staff in the retirement home.
そういう怒鳴られた後にね、毎日出ては外で時間潰してそういう生活だったから、そういうのがもうってもう本当に暗闇の中に入っちゃって、もう出口がないっていう状態で。
Somewhere, a machine already knows who will disappear next. And maybe it's not letting them. One police report mentions an anomaly, a client who hired a night mover but never met them. All transactions were automated. No voice, no face, no location data. The invoice file was labeled NullFrame.exe. Weeks later, the mover's computer crashed, every file corrupted, except one, a message hidden in the code. Some vanishers didn't run from the system. They became it. No one knows if NullFrame was a person, a virus, or something else. But users on missing person forums report emails that appear then erase themselves. Each ends the same way. The system learned silence. In 2025, Japan debated a law called the digital right to erasure, the right to wipe your data from every database. It failed, not because the people opposed it, but because the corporations did. Deleting data, they argued, destroys the continuity of reality. To the system, forgetting is a threat. We used to believe freedom meant expression. Now it means invisibility. To vanish is to take authorship back from the algorithm, to decide what remains of you and what gets to be forgotten. But freedom now has a price tag, a new identity, a digital coffin, a blank page that still hums with metadata. Once, disappearing was tragedy. Now, it's resistance. Every photo, every click, every word we post is a seed planted in the machine. The more we exist online, the less we belong to ourselves. Maybe the vanishers understood first. They weren't escaping the world. They were escaping the mirror the world built for them. Soon, the rest of us might follow. Not into alleys or shadow towns, but into the circuitry itself, a slow migration into silence, because the only true escape left is to stop being seen. And the system hates silence. Subscribe and join the discussion in the comments before the system forgets you.